Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome to the start of the new series, the tutorial series on the big three, the squat, bench, and deadlift. Today, we're going to be doing squats. I'm going to be honest with you, this is my second time filming this because the first time the audio didn't record. So, we're going to try to be efficient today because we still have bench after this. But there are 10 cues slash rules I leave for squats. I'll let you know them now, and then I'll let you know as we're doing them. So the first one is your hand placement. That's just where your hands go on the bar. Second being you bracing for your unrack, not just for the actual squat. The tight back, your foot placement when you're squatting, your foot angle, stacking your ribs, depth, head placement, foot pressure, and bar path. So those are the 10 things we're going to go over, and I'll show you different angles of both of those, or all of those. Okay, first up is going to be your hand placement. This is very much preference, and it's very dependent on your mobility and your comfort. So for me, I go outside the knurling. I've tried a lot. I've tried coming in as close as possible, but I don't have a lot of shoulder mobility. And then I also start feeling pain in my elbow. So I come out here. This is kind of my sweet spot, right? And once I have my hands here, I don't move them. I might wiggle my fingers or something to give them a better grip, but I don't move them. Another rule to keep in mind if you're going to compete is your thumbs and fingers all have to be wrapped around the bar. You can't be like this or a death grip. So they have to be wrapped all the way around the bar. Next thing you want to do is you're going to get under here. For low bar, you're going to place it on your rear delts. For high bar, right on your traps. So when I'm getting ready to unrack, I like to wedge myself in, brace, and then unrack. So bracing would be the next cue. And then as you walk back, you want to walk back with a tight back. Think about pushing your elbows towards your lats. That way, it's a nice little shelf of meat for the bar to sit on. All right. Next up would be your foot placement. Again, another thing of preference. I like to go about just outside shoulder width apart. And then your foot angle, that's going to be dependent on whether you want to open your knees out or you want to come straight down. I go basically straight down in line with my feet. Next up would be stacking your ribs. So what I like to do is when I'm bracing, fill your stomach, your diaphragm with air, and then what you want to do is hunch your chest over. That way, you're going down, all your extensions in your front, not in your bottom, so that when you get to the bottom, in order to get depth, you don't need a butt wink. So I'm stacking my ribs, and this is also compressing the area even more, making a stronger brace. Next up would be depth. General rule of thumb is, especially for competing, you want your hips, the top of your hips, to be lower than the top of your knees. I'll show you a side angle of that one as well. So basically, here would be fine, but generally when I'm training, I like to sink it just to make sure I have it. Next up would be your head placement. So when you're going down with the bar, you want to basically be looking forward a little bit higher than at your bottom parallel. Basically think about if you're looking at your judge, basically look them right at their forehead. And this is because wherever you look, that's where you're going to go. So if you're looking down, you're going to want to stay down. So if you look up, you're going to go up. So try that, and that should be pretty helpful. Next up will be your foot pressure. This is a very big one because a lot of people, when they get to the bottom of the hole and they're just pushing with maximal force, they tend to sway to a side or favor a certain side. And a lot of times that could lead to a missed lift or a failed lift. So what I do is I use a tripod method, which is basically the pinky toe, the big little ball right here, right underneath your big toe, and then the middle of your heel. So what you're going to do is apply equal pressure to that. Imagine you're pushing down with your pinky toe, getting good force with that big ball on the front of your foot, and then your heel. And you want even pressure throughout the whole thing. All right? And then the last, and arguably the most important, would be bar path. Because if that bar path is dragging you off center, you're going to miss that lift, most likely. You'll miss the lift or you'll injure yourself. So you want to make sure that bar path is straight and in the center. So basically you want that bar the entire time over the mid of your foot because that's where you're the most even. So as you're going down, you'll see some people like to lean over more, and that's just because of their leverages. So like if you have longer thighs and you have legs or If this section of your leg is longer than this section, you'll generally have to either high bar squat or you'll lean forward a bit when you're squatting. So um, that's very important just to keep the center of balance and keep the weight over your midfoot. Okay, so here's your side angle. You can't see, but I'm picking my hand placement, getting under the bar, putting it on my shelf, wedging, brace, unrack, steps out, picking my foot placement, picking my foot angle. Got a tight back, check. Now I'm stacking my ribs, depth, and this is the desirable depth. Notice I'm looking forward the entire time. And you don't see my feet rise forward, backwards, and you didn't see it when I was going from the front side to side. And notice the bar path, basically straight up and down.